Hi guys, welcome back to a new adventure here on Our Eyes Your Eyes. I'm ready to follow Hoshi no Samidare or Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. But before starting this video, I just want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell, leave a like to support me, and join me. Feel free to join me in this adventure too. Okay, I don't know anything about this story. I just watched really quick the trailer that was coming out 1 month ago, I guess, and it seemed interesting. So let's see what's going to happen. Are you ready to join me with these? Check it out. Okay, something bad seems to happen soon. The princess is the girl we saw on the floor on top of the roof. Ah, okay. Maybe he thought that he was dreaming. Oh my! I think he will return to you. Oh, that's his neighbor? I think she's the princess. Maybe. I told you that he will come back. No, once again. Ah, no, okay. Maybe he was trapped inside that lizard form. Wow, it's the typical sentences of a past, not the recent past, but centuries ago. No, once again. So these boys destined to do something. Hmm. Oh my. Until you listen to it, he will always be there. No, look at the. But in fact, I think that this first part is laughable, but then something bad will happen. Look, we're talking about the end of the world, so. Ah, so she can't see it. Yeah, that's right. Wow, the good thing is that they can't see it. Okay. It reminds me like the Shinigami in Death Note. He was already forced to join. In fact. Maybe the lizard didn't expect that he could release the power so easily. Oh, but this is working. Man, look at the ghost he's releasing already. Oh, so he's attending the university. Wow, that's awesome. Maybe. Maybe yes. Mamma mia! I mean, I mean, it's the typical reaction from a boy who is getting in touch with a power like that. But later, in my opinion, things will get serious. Yeah. Uh huh. Beast Knights, they are. He's not listening. I mean, that's why I told you it seems like sentences from centuries ago. I mean, when they were forced to do that. Oh, what? What was that moment? That's why he doesn't have friends. He doesn't have people around him. And in fact, he's always alone. I mean, he's not interacting except for his teacher, but things will change because I'm pretty sure he will get in touch with the girl we saw. No! Yuhi. No, already? Oh! But he felt it. Actually, yes, it's always better to listen first. No, in fact. Wow. No, in fact, he's just a knight. But we can't see them. I mean, are they invisible? And that's why we can't see them. Keep running while he's exhausted. I mean, oh, okay. Golem. Oh, no, that's faster. Oh, yeah, maybe with his power he can avoid them. No way. Because this golem is fast. No! The girl! Oh, wow. Let's join forces, so two is better than one. I told you that the girl is the princess! I was just saying randomly, but... Maybe she doesn't even know that she's the princess. No, in fact, I think that... Ah! Okay! Maybe she was born... she was born over there. And in fact, I think we will have to discover all these abilities. Okay, let him talk this time. No! No, I think you will be so grateful to this lizard in the future. No, again! It's so nice, I like this lizard. No, things will change for good. Again? Another golem. Ah, but maybe something is attached to these men and he doesn't even know? No, okay. No, I thought... I agree. Just because your grandpa told you not to do that, you shouldn't follow his words. That's your life, so you should decide what to do. Ooh. She doesn't even realize that. She's taking the lizard, but then he is coming back to Amamiya. Yeah, but before, yeah. No, it's something that is related to your soul. What? So the princess is the sister of the sensei, I mean of the teacher? Nothing. Yeah. No, I mean, yes, he did that on purpose, but he was testing the power. No, it's the lizard's fault in this case. Yeah, something is awakening inside of you once you saw her in the morning. No! Yuki, I mean, that's your name. Let's see what she's going to show him. Oh, oh my. But you can see it, yeah. Oh, wow. Ah, okay. I mean, they join forces, as I was telling you. Oh! He is going to save her, so that's the proof that they join forces. Ooh, okay. It was also a way to test his power if he can manage it. Okay. In fact, you're the knight to protect the princess. I think he will. No, what? Okay. Yes, he will do that. Ah, okay. Okay, guys, this story seems pretty interesting because, of course, everything started as something unusual, something crazy. This lizard appearing from nowhere, asking the help of Yuhi. But later on, we understand that this story can be even deeper than we think. So let's stay tuned and keep on watching. I really like these hilarious moments between the lizard and Yuhi. I think that this is a great point of this story. I like stories that they are deep, but at the same time they are laughable. So I think that I will enjoy this story. And yeah, randomly I was saying, okay, that's the princess, because usually in stories like this, it happens that once you meet as a destiny's will this person, and then you hear that there is a princess involved, then you make 1 + 1 = 2, and of course that should have been the princess. But yeah, that's what we have heard so far. And we have this biscuit hammer appearing outside of the atmosphere. This huge golem wants to destroy the earth. We need to understand why there is this purpose, and we needed to know more about this fantastic dimension in which there is this princess, all these knights. Even when the lizard was talking and he was explaining that only these three figures can defeat the golem more than him, that is just a knight and whatsoever. And of course Yuhi was just mocking all these figures that the lizard was talking about, because he was not believing what the lizard was saying. And I think this first approach to these sort of animals, tiny animals, is quite usual. I mean, even in the past stories, we saw that when something supernatural, something unexplainable is appearing, usually the main characters doesn't know what to do, doesn't believe these creatures, and little by little the main protagonist is going to affiliate with it, or with him or with her, and he's going to believe. So I think that in this episode, especially at the end of it, Yuhi already believes what he's saying, so that was pretty fast. But I think that's enough, because if it was becoming too long, I think that the things would have become really boring. So I think that the pace was pretty awesome. And yeah, usually it reminded me things like, yeah, Death Note, when the Shinigami was appearing in front of Yagami the first time, and of course, even in that case, there was this huge surprise. In the case of Bleach, when there is Rukia appearing and saying, I am a Shinigami, and then there is this Hollow that is appearing for the first time, and Ichigo is definitely not believing her. Yuhi, of course, in the real world, is representing all of us who would never believe this. But little by little, once he's explained what to do and his duty and whatsoever, then things are changing. Especially even this theme of trust that is one of the most important things in all stories that we have always watched. Because if you are trusting somebody, then things are going to be different. But if we have a main characters like this who is not supposed to trust anybody, then this step is a little bit difficult to take. In fact, we know that Yuhi is chained somehow because of his grandpa. I mean, his grandpa suggested him not to get in touch with anybody because they are going to stab on your back. I mean, the usual way in which people are not trusting anybody. They are just self-confident by themselves, and they don't want to get involved in other relationships. And that's why I'm saying I think Yuhi in the future is going to be grateful to all this adventure, to all this story, because he will be able to open his mind, and just to go out from that window of his apartment will be the chance for him to experience something incredible, something that will change him forever. So I think that it was pretty obvious that at the beginning he didn't want to join this adventure, also because it's quite strange, yes. But at the same time, we know that Yuhi has this background story of loneliness, and that's why for him it's pretty hard to step outside of his comfort zone. And in fact, he said, let me stay here in my apartment by myself, let me go ahead with my life, the usual life that I have. And I think that that's a great mistake, because the message that the author wants to convey to you here, in my opinion, is that you shouldn't be afraid to risk. You shouldn't be afraid to go out, to step out from your comfort zone and do something incredible that you have never done. I think that that's a great message, and I think that everyone should follow this. But this character is also representing many Japanese boys or many Japanese girls who are afraid to step out. They are afraid to go and experience something different, something unusual, something that can change their lives, but they are too afraid to make this important step. And that's why this author was making a great choice by trying to convey this message. But there is one thing that I didn't understand. I mean, they wanted to prevent the destruction of the world, I mean, the destruction of the earth. But then the princess was saying, I will be the one to smash the hammer, of course. But later, if I'm not wrong, she was also saying, I will be the one to destroy the earth. I mean, I will be the one to smash it. Is there another purpose that the princess has that we don't know? And maybe Yuhi is going to join her, but later we will understand that something evil, I mean, that this story is turning into an evil thing, and Yuhi is finding himself inside this bad situation, and then maybe he's going to agree with what Grandpa wanted to tell him firstly. These messages that Grandpa was leaving him can have a double meaning. One thing is what I told you about being chained and the impossibility to communicate, to socialize with others, etc., etc. But what if this grandpa's advice was just predicting something bad that can happen later, and at the end of the day, Yuhi will be chained or he will be, yeah, by being chained, maybe it means that he will be forced to follow this princess forever, or at the end of the day, Grandpa will be right by saying that somebody will stab on your back, so somebody is going to betray you. Let's see, this is a pretty awesome, I mean, the premises are quite good. I already like this story, and I think that I will be so happy to follow it. Let's see what's going to happen now, because I think that Yuhi is going to meet all these other creatures that can help destroying these golems. And yeah, I'm interested about this hammer, because this story is called Lucifer and the Biscuit hammer. So the Biscuit hammer, we know that wants to destroy the earth, but Lucifer is Lucifer Samidare. That means that he's a princess. What if she's an evil princess, as I was telling you? We needed to know more, but yeah, that makes me curious, so I can't wait to go ahead. And okay guys, let's see what's going to happen next week with the second episode of Hoshi no Samidare. In the meantime, feel free to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell. Bye guys, see you in the next video.